Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. And this is another paranormal video because I've had a few things happen to me over the last few months and I thought to update you guys. And I hate myself because it's dark and I'm just starting to film this video. Basically, the main things that have happened to me have been very creepy. The most recent one, I think, was a few nights ago. I was walking in my corridor. We have a little landing bit and just the overwhelming smell of roses just hit me. Now, I did have a shower before and I did use sort of rose jam from Lush. The issue was that despite me walking around everywhere and mainly being in my room, there was no smell of roses. There was nothing. And apparently if you smell flowers, it's supposed to be there's a presence there sometimes. So that sort of creeped me out a bit. And my mum, I was like to my mum, do you smell like flowers in the corridor? And she was like, no. And then I was like, do I smell like flowers or anything? And she's like, no. So that was a bit weird. But then it gets creepier. Sometimes I go to my dad's at weekends and around maybe 3 weeks ago I wasn't able to go. I can't remember why. I think he was working or something. But anyway, I wasn't there for the weekend and I always ask my dad, has anything weird happened to you? Because I don't know if it's my family, I don't know if it's our name, I don't know if it's just because we've got like weird auras or something in our heritage, I don't know. But weird stuff just seems to happen sometimes around us for pretty much no reason. And it's not very consistent all the time. I sort of have a small little teddy bear. It's one of those Me to You teddy bears. And it's a really, really tiny one that my dad got me. And usually it sits in the middle of my window. But after thinking about this afterwards, I actually hadn't seen that bear in quite a while. During the week my dad was cleaning the windows. His flat is sort of really high up, so he had to move stuff away from my window. And he thought that, if anywhere, he thought my bear was on my desk. Now I have no recollection of where this bear was beforehand. I'm pretty sure I didn't really think about it. But my dad apparently puts it on my desk. Apparently he puts everything back, but he thinks that the bear was on the desk. The scariest thing is, my dad's the only one that has been in his flat that whole 2 weeks. I'm not really the only person that goes in there on a regular basis every sort of week or every fortnight. So the fact that this happened is creepy. Plus it's creepy. So basically he goes into my room because he's hanging some washing. Sometimes he hangs towels over the door because we don't really have a lot of drying space. And he notices this little bear is right bang in the middle of my bed, looking to the window. Oh my god. My dad swears it was in the middle of my bed. And he thought it was just me, because he forgot I wasn't there the weekend before. So he just leaves it there, apparently. And then he tells me this in the car while I'm actually at his. And I'm like, God, why didn't you tell me? And he was like, wasn't it there when you went in last night? And I was like, no. And I'm like, oh God, where is it? It's back on the windowsill behind the curtain. And apparently he didn't touch it. Maybe he was messing with me because I always ask, is there anything weird happening? But he's not the one to do that. So that sort of really, really freaked me out. And I've had a few things happen here as well. Several things actually. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but quite a while ago. But in this flat, I was in my bed. I had my legs bent so that I could easily put my laptop just on my legs sort of at a tilt. And I swear to God, I hear a noise that sounds like something is like against my duvet. And then I literally feel pressure as if someone is like just is sitting and using my legs as support, or sitting and is like, I was like, no. I was a bit freaked out, but every time something happens, I sort of get freaked out for like 10 seconds, and then I'm like, let's just ignore it. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Now, if you can see, I have some curtains there, and a windowsill, and and underneath the windowsill is a little cupboard. Now, the doors don't always bloody work a lot, but they don't usually open on their own. I think you can see where this is going. There was a period between like 2 weeks where 3 times there was like a rustling in this cupboard. As if, I always say, it was like a bit of a baby bird, as if it's like rummaging around, and then it completely stopped. And every morning after like the door opened, there was nothing. There was like no signs of like mice, there's no signs of like any rodents or any pests or anything like that. The only thing I could see was like when the floor was just slightly lower, which doesn't really help. But I'd hear this rustling, and then I think 2 out of the 3 occasions, like one of the doors clicked out of place, and when it clicks out of place, it sort of moves that far away from it. And I couldn't think of an explanation because it wasn't particularly windy. I've had it severely windy, and my cupboard do nothing. It freaked me the fuck out because A, you hear rustling in your cupboard, you're like, is there a bird? No, it's not a bird because I haven't heard it before. And then there's nothing the next morning, and oh my god, that really, really creeped me out. But last night, I go to sleep really late because I was typing one of my creative stories, and you could say this is all for imagination. Very much could be, and I was trying to get to sleep, so maybe it's just a bit of sleep paralysis, or maybe it's just my imagination. But I'm facing that wall, and I'm sort of just trying to go to sleep, trying to calm myself. I think I was listening to either music or music or a YouTube video. But then I feel something on my back. So basically, it feels like I'm lying on the shoulder, and it feels like someone has just like traced their finger along my shoulder. And I sort of like did like a, and I was like, what? I was like, maybe that's just me, because sometimes I do get sort of really weird sort of stabbing pains in my middle shoulder blades, but I've never had something up here before. And I sort of, for like maybe 5 minutes, I didn't really react, and nothing, I think I moved, and I think I covered myself more with my duvet. I'm always aware of like cold spots and stuff, but that was a bit weird. So yeah, those were like the main really creepy things that have happened in the last month. Thank you for watching, guys. Sorry about the lighting change. Frickin' neighbours living in the flat. It's not the best. But I'll try and keep it consistent next time. Okay. Thank you for watching. Love you guys so much. And leave down in the comments below any weird and paranormal experiences, or if you've experienced anything like I have. I'd love to know. I'd love to make a discussion about it. Oh yeah. I'll see you in the next one.